Hello, my name is Changhoon Seog. I'm the professor of College of Liberal Arts, Somun University. Now, the topic of this presentation is to explore the study on the relationship between religiosity and mental health. We'll first outline the introduction and research purpose and method, and religiosity and mental health, and we conclude by mapping out direction for research and we suggest sub-implication. First of all, let me share with you your relationship between religiosity and mental health. In South Korea, particularly noteworthy is that the rate of people who don't believe in religion has increased from 14% a decade ago to 19% due to distrust and disappointment in religion. This fact, the meaning of religion in Korean society, and explain the weakening of religious beliefs in religious people and the growing negative perception of religion in non-religious people. With the quantitative expansion of the religious population bound to be limited in the age of population cliffs, the Korean religious community should actively reflect on promoting qualitative growth. It's worth noting the proposition that religion should contribute to human happiness in order to give faith and hope to religious people and to attract the attention of non-religious people. The expectation of benefit for religion is not profane at all, and empirical evaluation is requested. And as part of that, it's necessary to examine how religion affects mental health. According to recent mental health report by the NCMHC, the National Center for Mental Health, exercise or hobby activities account for 47% of activities to maintain a healthy mind, 15% of meditation, and 7% of religious activity. A domestic study of the relationship between religious and mental health, including Seog et al., who meta-analyzed a total of 66 papers published from 1995 to 2011, summed up that the relationship between religiosity and depression was statistically significant, while religiosity and anxiety were not significant. And the higher the religiosity, the greater the subjective and the psychological well-being. This shows that drug or poison is still in dispute in the relationship between religiosity and mental health. Therefore, it's necessary to drive a frame of reference that can give an overview of the religiosity of Korea. Theoretically examine the strengths and weakness of the religiosity on human mental health, and empirically analyze the relationship between religiosity and mental health. This study will contribute to exploring religiosity expectation and role in promoting mental health by identifying relevant behavior barriers centered on religiosity and mental health of Korean religious people. There is a Chinese proverb, it's too easy to paint the skin of the tiger, but not the bones. It's similar to our proverb, 10 feet of water is a fathomable, but not 1 foot of human heart. If you choose one of the things that is difficult to understand in the world, it can be a person's mind. The religious mind, which aims for the absolute among people's mind, is not more easily understood. The human exploration of faith, especially religious faith, has been continuously conducted through the actual experience and the logical analysis of human beings since history. One of the most constant questions in this quest is about its essential nature. In other words, the experience and the phenomenon of faith or religion are spiritual, and it's possible to explain it. Or if there is a mental part, it's possible to explain it. These systematic, scientific, and empirical studies of human religious mind have developed the study of religion. As psychology began to develop into science in the early 20th centuries, since James, the founder of religious psychology, has divided human religious attitudes from healthy mind religious people and immature religious people who are the owners of sick soul and diversity of religious experience. There has been serious debate over the years between the positive position that religion is beneficial to human growth and maturity, and the negative position that is harmful. First of all, looking at the positive side that religiosity is beneficial to mental health, Maloney, who compared the personal personality characteristic with religious maturity, conclude that people with a higher religious maturity excel in intelligence, spontaneity, imagination among individual personality characteristics, and felt lower anxiety and guilt, and religious maturity is closely related to mental health. In addition, in a study of 586 search believers, a listen and tell found nationwide spread that people with religion use 5 times more coping mechanism to overcome illness or chronic pain than those who don't. In sum, religion is beneficial in health-related matters. According to Shoemaker, which compiled the opinion of scholars who value the positive relationship between religion and mental health, religion, 1, reduce anxiety, 2, provide hope, purpose, and the meaning of emotional stability, 3, allows them to conform fatalism by overcoming pain, 4, offers solution to various emotional and situational conflicts, and 5, offers all-powerful solution to confusing moral problems through faith in the afterlife, and 6, all power and the combination provide people with the strength and control. 7, establish moral standards of volunteering, overcome self-destructive practice and lifestyles. 8, consolidate the social union. 9, satisfy the sense of belonging, provide social identity. And 10, provide the foundation of collective purifying ceremony. Next, looking at the negative research that says religion is harmful mental health. Research who say religion is related to various personal improperty and representative psychology, such as Freud and Alice. Freud believes that human beings need religion because of the guilt that arose from killing their ancestors with excessive desire. Religion provides a powerful attribution that will help relieve guilt. Therefore, I thought that religion was the source of mental illness because it was rooted in the obsession of original sin. According to Freud, religion could be overcome to some extent by rational approach of intelligence, but it was viewed as a historical heritage contributing to the neurosis of individual. Alice made more specific comments. Religion showed that it hurt flexibility, openness, intolerance, adaptation to change by making people believe in absolute correction, should, like, must it, that or orthodox and doctrinal religiosity hinder objective and rational judgment on the problem. Therefore, it was considered highly related to emotional mental illness, that is, devout religious people are rigid, closed, intolerant, and resistant to change. To sum up the argument that religion has a negative impact on mental health, religion 1. Produced unhealthy guilt conscious. 2. Promotes low self-esteem because of faith that devalue human nature. 3. Creates a foundation for suppression of unhealthy anger. 4. Creates a fear and anxiety through punishment such as harmlessness. 5. Interferes with self-direct or implicit control. 6. Constraints on individual growth and autonomous functional activities. 7. Build the dependence conformity. 8. Restrain the expression of sexual feelings. 9. Fix the perspective that divides the world into performance. 10. As said, to interfere with the rational and critical thinking. Rather, according to Besson and Bantis, who have experienced the relationship between mental health and the religious environment, studies state that people with the faith tend to show less mental illness, but are far more inferior to those without faith in personal competence, self-acceptance, and self-realization, personality maturity, openness, and flexibility. Thus, some psychologists have stressed the fact that religion hinders human growth and maturity, forcing them to boldly abandon their faith in order to live a mature life. On the other hand, by some previous studies showing the opposite result between religion and mental health, Agil and Bit Halahami, who studied the relationship between religion and individual adaptation, confirmed that there was a positive correlation between formal religious participation and individual adaptation. As specific examples, Agil and Bit Halhami concludes that religion plays its role in control of obsessive behavior such as alcoholism. Stark conducted research in 4 categories. First, religion and mental illness. Second, religion and psychological inconformity. Third, religion and neurotic distrust. Fourth, as a result of conducting research in 4 categories of religion and authoritarianism, providing his hypothesis that mental illness and religious commitment are negatively related. Lee then summed up the finding of studies between religion and mental health conducted over the past 2 decades and concludes as follows. First, religiosity is harmful to student personal adaptation, while it's positively related to adults, especially the elderly. Second, religiosity is not significantly related to crime or delinquency or moral behavior. So, what can guarantee to be a healthy religion is that it's modern, individual, and relate to other parts of life and the social responsibility. Fourth, unhealthy religion have guilt in prejudice, meaning they are rigid about the health, sex, emotional function, and the uniqueness of religious system. This study was analyzed in terms of religious pluralism to understand the religious situation and the religiosity of Korea, which are greatly influenced by the trend of the times of secularization and individualization. And as a result, it was confirmed that portrait of Korean related to religion need to view in color rather than in black and white. In addition, it also suggests that religiosity can act like a double-edged sword in mental health, combining previous studies on the positive benefits and the negative harmfulness of religious person. and the view of the relationship between religion and mental health. The claim that religion affects obsessive compulsive disorder, such as Freud and Alice in the 1950s and 1960s, is that religion restricts human creativity, unease, and freedom act as a limitation of religiosity and mental health. However, in recent studies, religiosity supports the strengths of the religiosity and the mental health, such as hopeful, optimistic worldview, altruism, forgiveness, kindness, and the establishment and continuation of social relations. In order to empirically confirm the validity of this theoretical model as a suggestion for future research, it was necessary to comprehensive target not only one or two religions, but also the denominations that have influence on Korean society. Considering the current-based research center on Christianity, Korean religious studies emphasize the need for comprehensive research on the religious sect that form of the basis Korean society based on Miller's dictum. He who knows one knows none. Now, let me finish my presentation and thank you for joining for this presentation.